Homo Sapiens by Stephen Noseworthy. Check out his website at www.stephennoseworthy.com/books. Homo Sapiens is a fictional thriller novel about one of the oldest lies is about to collapse. Who said being gay was a choice, and not something you were born to be? Who said it was a sin? Homo Sapiens is a daring, emotional, and deeply human thriller that challenges centuries of deception, exploring what happens when science, faith, and power collide. As hidden truths emerge, the world's foundations of belief begin to crack, forcing humanity to face one of the oldest lies ever told. Buy it. It is now available on Amazon and Kindle. Here is an excerpt I will read out loud from Homo Sapiens. I hope you enjoy. The slab finally shifted, releasing a rush of stale air. Inside lay the skeleton of Hadrian a Saravia, well preserved, his ring still glinting faintly on a fragile digit. Then James saw it, a sealed letter bearing the wax insignia of King James I, untouched for centuries, and beside it, a locked leather journal. As the team left for lunch, James stayed behind, unable to tear himself away from the discovery. A sound pricked his ears, a shuffle. He turned. Nothing. He exhaled. And then, a sudden force slammed him to the stone floor. White-hot pain exploded in his skull as darkness crept in at the edges. The last thing he saw before everything went black was a hand, reaching for the journal. That is the end of our excerpt. Hope you are convinced to read the book, but if you need a review, here is a review from one of Stephen's #1 fans, Charmaine. She has read all of his books. Charmaine's a caregiver, avid reader, and Stephen's #1 fan. She says, "Every one of Stephen's books has the same problem. Once I pick them up, I cannot put them down. I keep telling myself, just one more chapter, but the stories pull you forward because you have to know what happens next. What I love most is that each book tackles issues I wish were solved in real life. Stephen writes the world as it could be, fairer, kinder, and more hopeful, and I often find myself thinking, if only." In Homo Sapiens, I grew so attached to the characters that when something terrible happened, I literally said, "Oh no," out loud. And when something good happened, I was cheering, "Yes." That's how real they felt. In How to Tame a Superpower, I appreciated how truth and reconciliation isn't just mentioned, it's central. Stephen doesn't gloss over it. Our First Nations are shown as leaders, problem solvers, and a vital part of our future. The connected series of Populous Reaction and The Billionaire's Clause, with General Titus and Jack Sparrow, is one of my favorites. I love those characters and how they work through impossible situations. The bad AIs in Populous Reaction genuinely scared me, but seeing the good AIs partner with the heroes was powerful and uplifting. And in The Billionaire's Clause, I loved the message. Every person deserves credit and benefit for the ideas they create. That message stayed with me long after. Now I'm waiting for obedience, and I already know it's going to be another page-turner. Charmaine. Thank you for listening. Hope you come read my books. Yours truly, Stephen Noseworthy.